From Maya Deren to Agnes Varda to Justine Triet, female directors are scattered throughout cinema's history. For years, female directors have brought news stories to cinema about women and their struggles. Two of the biggest female directors today, like their predecessors, have helped young women find who they are in this world. These directors are Greta Gerwig and Sofia Coppola. Both directors have curated stories that resonate with women. They are both iconic symbols for women everywhere. But what differs the two of them? I believe Greta Gerwig makes films about and for feminism, and Sofia makes films about and for women. So let's discuss how Sofia Coppola and Greta Gerwig represents two sides of the same coin.
I am technically stereotypical Barbie.
You set the feminist movement back 50 years. You destroyed girls' innate sense of worth, and you are killing the planet with your glorification of rampant consumerism. Oh, I am powerful. And until you showed up here and declared yourself Barbie, I hadn't thought about you in years, you fascist.
From Lady Bird to Barbie, Gerwig consistently tackles misogyny and the invisible side effects women face. Gerwig's quick wit and genuine depictions of the female struggles are poignant and entertaining. Her films deconstruct concepts of feminism that haven't been adequately articulated. She depicts distressing themes in grand, wholesome moments. Never taking anything too seriously, Gerwig wants not only to offer a safe space to discuss these matters, but also to bring warmth to them. She reminds us that amidst the pain, you can still find solace in fellow girls who go through the same things. Her films are a warm hug to all women struggling, but she doesn't let the message of treat women better be the only thing her films offer. She bravely does not shy away from speaking on how misogyny affects women's treatment of each other. She reminds us that we sometimes fall victim to internalized misogyny. She loads her films with multiple angles to look at the situation, which is what makes every film feel brand new. No film of hers is ever identical to the next, because film after film she improves her delivery. In Lady Bird, she tackles feminism through a coming-of-age tale. She tells the all-too-real story of what it's like to grow up as a woman and the common struggle many daughters face with their mothers. She blends conflicts of identity with the struggle of coming into womanhood. In Little Women, she discusses the very thing this video is about, the different ways of feminism. She speaks about how different women approach the female struggle and how they cope with it. She offers the quite rare message that feminism isn't just one singular way of viewing or living your life, but rather the freedom to choose who you are and how you live. Then in Barbie, she tackles almost every debate and point in feminism. She talks about societal expectations and the skewed portrayal of female icons in pop culture. And she even tackles the idea that feminism isn't about misandry, but about equality. Every film Gerwig makes is an ode to the girls who are tired of dealing with misogyny. She deconstructs the issue while offering comfort to those who worry. There was an infamous outrage at the Oscars when it was revealed that Gerwig wasn't nominated for Best Director. Many were quick to call the Oscars sexist, but these very people didn't notice that a woman was nominated in the same category. And there were even people claiming that no other woman nominated for Best Actress deserved their spot, and Margot Robbie was the only right winner. I think things like this is not what feminism is about. There's a big misunderstanding that for a film to be feminist, it must speak about feminism. Don't get me wrong, I love films about feminism, and I am in no way saying these films are any less important. I am merely stating that there are great films that don't speak about feminism and should still be appreciated as feminists. So this is where I want to introduce the brilliance of Sofia Coppola.
The trees like lungs filling with air. My sister, the mean one, pulling my hair.
And so we started to learn about their lives, coming to hold collective memories of times we hadn't experienced. We felt the imprisonment of being a girl, the way it made your mind active and dreamy, and how you ended up knowing what colors went together. We knew that the girls were really women in disguise, that they understood love and even death, and that our job was merely to create the noise.
Sofia's films are the epitome of girlhood. Her elegant visuals, immersive soundtracks, and just stunning mise-en-scene constructs films that visualize how it feels to be a woman. Every female viewer feels seen, not because she speaks to us about the female experience, but because she shows us. Sofia is a visual artist. Her strength lies in depicting things and setting the atmosphere and tone. What she wants to say is hidden in the symbolic choices of her visuals, and sometimes in her rare use of dialogue. Her stories are lively and immersive because she uses cinema to draw you into a world rather than narrate you through it. Her films engulf you in the pink and graceful world of girlhood. The female struggles aren't presented through a feminist tone, but rather just the conflict this particular girl is going through. Don't get me wrong, she still tackles feminism, but it just isn't ever the focus of the film. Sofia tries to heal your lost girlhood. Her films aren't there to give explanations or answers, but to tell a story and hope experiencing it again might heal the little girl in all women. In The Virgin Suicides, young struggling girls are portrayed through the male lens. We watch their stories unravel through gossip and an unreliable narrator. This is a critique on women's portrayal in the skewed sexual male gaze. Despite the narration being male-driven, the film's visuals reflect the sisters' personalities. There are doodles that cloud the screen, colors are pastel and bright, and they are seen as angelic. In Marie Antoinette, Sofia engulfs us in girlhood. The film is less about what happened to this historical figure, and more about how this particular woman coped and lived. The experiences she went through is not quite relatable, but there is something in her reckless behavior that feels familiar, not to mention all the societal expectations she faces in her marriage. The film's main goal isn't to make a statement about that. The film is just meant to tell you a story and hope you can sympathize through a female lens. Then finally, her venture into the disturbing experience of Priscilla Presley, a dive into the psyche of a young girl who is forced into adulthood. The film at its core is something women naturally go through. Being forced to grow up at such a young age is something all women relate to, whether it is because of physicality or emotional maturity. But the film doesn't aim for a feminist message. Rather, it is treated as a film about the singular struggling girl. Through all the dark routes the film takes, Sofia still finds a way to depict girlhood just as girly. Every Sofia Coppola film paints the image of what it means and feels like to be a girl. It highlights the feminist struggle at times, but the dominant theme will always be the woman's experience. She makes films for women who want to go back and speak kindly to their younger selves, and to re-experience girlhood to its fullest without fear of being judged. Both filmmakers are excellent in what they do, and both have their share of achievements. Gerwig educates her audience on the female struggle. She advocates for equality and infuses her films with these philosophies, hoping that if we discuss feminism through a fictional narrative, people will better absorb it. Coppola makes films to experience womanhood and to help women go be engulfed by who they are, without shame. Both filmmakers are feminists, and their filmographies are great representations of feminism. Gerwig teaches us about feminism through a different lens, and Coppola shows us that you might not even need to speak about feminism to represent it. These two directors show that feminist films apply to a range of stories, and we should never restrict or assume that a film isn't feminist because we might not be looking hard enough. Any film that highlights a woman's achievements and skills is a feminist film.